July 13th, 2026, right at 9:36 p.m. south of Texas. And there she is. There's Venus without the wires. I got it magnified to 10. I'm trying to stay steady. Oh, look at that energy. Isn't she just magnifique? Mm-hmm. And Venus is definitely rising in me. Finding a new way. Forgive me if I'm not being steady, but hey, I'm ready, Teddy, rock steady, okay? You know, a friend of mine told me one time, expect anything at any time. Ooh, there's lightning. Yep, I'm seeing it to the south. There it is. Let me see if I can zoom out. Yep, there's lightning. Sure enough. Sure enough.
No thunder.
No thunder, just electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Mother Earth is...
She's electric. She's electric, but she's charged. Absolutely. Yeah. She is charged up, and all the ley lines and dragon lines and all the crystallines are lined up for Mama. Yes, and she's lighting up like a Christ mass tree. You know, Christ consciousness. It's about time, would you say?
Right.
Only 2,026 years before we get to Skippy on those who murdered him for telling the truth about love and compassion and empathy, and you know, and they couldn't handle it, mofo. And so, you know, they crucified him for it. You know, for teaching love and compassion and empathy and healing and balance and harmony between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You know, Mary Magdalene, his wife, actually. I don't know why they're trying to skip over that fact. You know, but it's really a disgrace, wouldn't you say, to the human race? And I'm not raising anybody at 63. I'm too, you know, I'm in no competition with anyone. I'm not making any money at this. It's totally voluntary. I don't get paid for this, Chips, totally. It's a totally voluntary basis. And my treasures are not here, and I definitely recognize this. Yeah. What,
we saw flying out there.
Oh, did you? We got Universal Brothers and Sisters? Yeah.
Right there. Going that way. You see the light moving.
Well, I can't see it. Not from my perspective. You see, everybody has a perspective. It depends on your perspective. It really does. Like the lightning. You know, we can see how that is. And clouds. And I'm video documenting. Absolutely. Totally.
See, every time I bring my phone on, they come flying around.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they know we're ready. You know, we're ready to beam up, Scotty. You know, we're connected with the Syrians and the Palladians and our Universal Brothers and Sisters. And hey, what's the worst that can happen, right? Right? As I know my Heavenly Father above, greater creator, director, I'm messing up my lines again. Creator, director, I messed up my lines again. Can we cut on the set, please? Yeah. It's the second time I messed my lines up today. I did this with those two beautiful Mormon young women who came to see me today. And I blew their minds away. Just my experience with my son JK and AIDS and HIV, and thank you Anthony Fauci and COVID country. Biggest genocide known to mankind under, you know, I get the picture. It's the saddest thing, all the suffering, all the money made off of it. It's all about the money, Mom. Whew. Those words are gonna haunt me, you know? It truly will. That's a really tough pill. And, you know, Yeshua talked about this as well. Mary Magdalene in her gospel, she said, when you find yourself out of balance, take inspiration from manifestations of your true nature. Lift yourself up out of there. And take inspiration from, like, my true nature is love and art and music and poetry and lovemaking and expressing in art, even art on rocks, and growing things. You know, that's creativity. And that's been diminished, quite frankly. Music programs and arts and literature in schools. What are they teaching them now? How to get the special feeling in their books. And getting our poor kids on the sex hooks. And the internet is everywhere and you can't hide it. It's the saddest thing. And it gets in their minds and you got nothing left. Talk about programming. I'm not, you know, it's like, I really don't want to go negative because sexuality is part of us. But not too early, loves. You know, you don't come into your own until you're 13. You really don't. That's the time to start educating. That's why they waited for the bar mitzvahs to be 13, when Yeshua and Mary Magdalene got married at the wedding of Cana. And they were both 13 right after their bar mitzvahs. Yeah, hers is called something else, but nonetheless, when you're 13 as a man and a woman, you became a man and a woman, period. When you could do that thing, but you had to accept responsibility. Back then, they didn't take that lightly. Not in the time of Yeshua or Joseph and Mary, or mother. They took that very seriously when you're creating new life back then. Absolutely. It is a huge responsibility. And, you know, I was sharing a story today with these young women, these Mormons, about, you know, how many kids do I have? It came up. How many children? Oh, gosh, here it comes. An opportunity, right? I said, well, my first one, I was just going into high school, and my boyfriend, Brian, the guitar player, knocked me up, and my CPS, my CYFD worker, Shirley Brown, talked me into getting an abortion rather than having my child and trying to raise it or give it up for adoption. And I got duped in as a Northern Californian, and, you know, I bought in to just disposing of my firstborn. I'm still regretting, always. I know I'll see him in heaven again, but that's not the point. It's a huge mistake, and I wish I'd never done it. And then, you know, I explained I had a couple miscarriages as a result of that, and then I had my son Lucas, and I had, you know, Jacob, and I told her the whole story about how Jacob suffered when I had him, and Lucas with a bilateral cleft lip palate, and Jacob with open heart surgery, and then AIDS and HIV 6 months later, only to suffer by DDI and AZT. And it didn't have to happen, man, but, you know, it was an agenda. I'm not going to say it was the right one, though. All the suffering, you know. For those who don't know. Those that know leave those who don't know ignorant, you know. And it's really sad. Because it's time, loves. I'm getting off the negative, okay? We've been through enough, haven't we? Absolutely. Hey, Grace. Beautiful night, isn't it? Are you okay?
Grace.
Hold on. I hope she's okay. I'll have to check on my neighbor. Make sure she's alright. Yeah, and there's Dose. In the, well, not the moonlight yet. Oh, the 29th. That's coming up, absolutely. And that's going to be full moon in Aquarius, the buck moon. Wow. Well, we'll see. It's coming. It's fire horse. And of course. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Mr. Ed. I don't know how many of you remember Mr. Ed, but oh, wow. That got to my head because I talked to animals way before Mr. Ed, but they didn't move their mouths or do drugs. Yeah. But anyway. There's Venus. And love is rising no matter what happens, darlings. Don't be in fear. What did Yeshua say in Mosley? Do not remain in sorrow and doubt, for his grace will guide you and comfort you as you walk. Therefore, go forth and spread the gospel, just like he taught us. And remember, make no new laws other than those he witnessed, lest you become bound by them. Truly, loves. Truly. And we're here. And I am so grateful. Because I know my treasures aren't here. I got a lot to look forward to, you know? End of the chapter. End of the cycle. And I am so grateful that Aquarius is here. Maximus. Love you, loves. If you're still listening, bless your hearts. Totally. Love you. And, where's he at? You too, Jose. By the way, he gets the last word. Word?
Word.
Word. What's word?
Word.
What's coming in? What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Jose has a very high IQ, by the way. Jose has a very high IQ. He does. Well, look at the size of that head. How can he not? And he's left-hand dominant, which means he uses the right side of his brain. Most people only use the left. That's why they want us to write in right hand when we're going to school, to make us be left brain dominant. But Joey is a lefty, so he uses that 90% more than anybody. Just people wouldn't shut up and listen to him long enough, like me. I'm a gabbing Irish woman. Some more. She talks some more. She talks some more. Hey, at least I'm not on Tullamore.
Hey, at least when you give me motivated, you give me to work.
Hey, yeah, we chipped butt today. We got the whole yard done. Check that chip.
Yeah.
Everything, and plus some. And our neighbors. We helped our neighbors too, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, we helped our neighbors and mowed all that shit. Yeah, absolutely. And there's my tree. Isn't she mad? I don't know I'm going on, but I'm Irish.
Yeah,
Because he's supposed to have the last. And oh, look at that breeze. Isn't that a beautiful breeze? Wow. Magnificent. Absolutely. Well, I'm out of focus here. Gosh. Let's go. Oh yeah, there's the covered up barbecue. Yeah, and you know him with his tacky. He's got double tacky on. So, yeah. And I think we got lightning coming in. The last word's yours. I'm sorry, I'm going on again at 11:11.
That's time, 11:11?
No, that's on the clock.
Oh.
I've been going now for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Let's see if I can get him and Venus together. Oh wow, this will be a picture. Oh well, let me bring it. There we go. Oh, check that out. Jose with Venus over his right shoulder. That's a once in a lifetime picture.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and yeah, let's see if I can get a little closer. Now don't be shy. Yeah, and actually he's very shy. Very intelligent. He has an incredibly high, well, as you see, he's left-handed, and that, if you're using the right side of your hemisphere, well, you're using 90% of your brain. Absolutely. That's why I'm right-handed, and so I'm ditz. He's far more intelligent than me in so many respects. Anyway, he's a lion, and his lion he's not lion either. But I'm not sure he's from Sirius. Seriously. He's a Sasquatch or, Yeti. Yeah. And that's all here too. You have, Moore River, and you have Laurel Street right behind me, which is no coincidence, is it really? And then Venus right above us. In love with the kitty toys. Yeah, we got babies to go check and stuff. So anyway, have a blessed night, and we're supposed to get a lot of rain. So snuggle up tight and strap it in, strap it on, strap it down, loves. We're going for a ride, and heaven's with us. Love you, loves.